All right, so this is a continuation of my four-part series on hiring the right professional to DJ at your event, or do photography, or do videography, or provide floral arrangements. So number one, book the DJ that you talk to. So if you talk to somebody on the phone and you have a connection with that person, you should make sure that they're going to be the DJ at your event, not somebody else. Number two, and again, I can go into deeper detail, and I do in different areas on my channel and on my website, but I'm trying to make this something you can easily digest within a matter of minutes. Number two, repetitions and years in the business. Now, this could be scary to some brides, but I've done over 1,000 wedding receptions to date. I've been in business for over 20 years as a disc jockey. So I've done more DJs in a 3 or 4 year period than some guys will do in their entire career. So just keep in mind that, repetitions matter. The more that you do something, the better you get at it, especially if you pay attention to what you're doing and you make mental notes and you really become aware of what it is that makes for a great wedding reception. Consistency in reviews. I talked about that in my kind of general piece, but you'll find that when you read reviews for a disc jockey, when you're looking for a disc jockey, you're going to see that there's going to be a theme, and I would make sure there's at least 20 reviews. I probably have in excess of 300 or 400 of them on the internet. Most easily accessible, though I have 65 of them over the last few years that are posted at weddingwire.com under Michigan Wedding DJ. But you'll notice consistency. Yeah, look for that DNA in the thread. You're going to find this one thing that always seems to come to the surface when people are talking about that professional. Number four, backup gear. I run backup. So I carry 4 laptops with me. I have 2 mixers that I carry with me, 4 to 5 speakers that I carry with me. But as far as things that would most likely be to go down, it'd be a laptop. It would crash or something like that. I run 3 laptops, usually run 3 at a time. So and all I need is 1, but I run my backup, and also to make sure the stuff's always working. So what's the style on the microphone? Are you laid back as a disc jockey? Are you on it all the time? That sort of thing. Me personally, I'm more laid back on the mic. I only use the mic for the main announcements, and then occasionally if I need to use it to get people up and moving and dancing, I'll use it, but only as needed. Otherwise, I don't need to be on it all the time. MC experience. Will they handle the events? Will they keep an eye on the timing and the flow and the clock? And that's something that I do, is I make sure that everything throughout the night is handled in a timely fashion, because ultimately what I'm trying to do is get people dancing. That's what people are hiring me for. They want to have a good time. So. Attire, what do you wear? You want to know what the guy's going to wear. And I'm going to refer to myself just because it gives you some sort of a baseline. When I do a wedding, unless a bride asks me to do something else, like wear a suit pants and a shirt and a tie or whatever, I wear a tux, whatever a contemporary tie is at the time. Those have changed over the years from bow ties to regular ties to buttons at some point, the little thingies. But so yeah. Do you eat? Well, this is my opinion on this. When I go to an event, I'm there at least no later than 2 hours before the event starts. And a lot of times that's only because the venue won't let me in until, say, 4 o'clock for a 6 o'clock start time. And and I live in Royal Oak, so if I'm driving, let's say, an hour, 45 minutes to get to your event, I'm leaving by 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And to think that I'm going to get to midnight without being starving and ornery, probably not happening. So in my opinion, I think you should feed your vendor, in particular the ones that are there, the videographer if you have one, DJ, and the photographer if they're the ones that are going to be there all night. I just think that the returns will come back to you multiple times, because your vendors will feel more like they're part of the family, if you will. They're going to be more comfortable because you took care of them. I even think that it's a really nice touch when a bride will send me a guest card, and I'll say circle chicken or steak or whatever. So that's my opinion on that, because it's just too long of a run for me anyway to go without a meal, and I know photographers a lot of times go even longer. Back up for the big day. A lot of independent disc jockeys cringe when that comes up, because the bigger companies that have multiple DJs will usually keep a guy back, and then if something happens, they'll have a backup DJ. That's twofold. 2 reasons why. One is you're more likely to miss an event if it's just a job. To me, this is my business. This is what I do. I've missed 2 events, and I've done over 1,000 events, and that's been over 20 plus years of DJ. And so for me, these were medical issues, and they just kind of came on. And honestly, I will tell you that the only reason I missed them is because I could have still gone to one in particular. I could have still gone. The mystery is I had a tumor taken out, but that's all behind me now, thankfully. But why does that matter? Because because you got to know that they got a game plan, and I do have one. I've been in the business for a long time. I know a lot of guys, and it's a really big deal to me. If I'm going to end up missing an event, I'm going to make sure I'm going to do my best to get them the best DJ, and I know all the guys in the business and the girls, and I'm going to find the best DJ I can to fill in for me. But thankfully, that doesn't happen very often. Like I said, I'm batting 998, or probably even more than that, because I know I've done over 1,000 events.